Miss Kelly, the new president, recently held a press conference that created quite a stir. Some might say she broke the internet. She made it clear that Christy Sides will remain the head coach of the basketball team for the foreseeable future. It seems that despite mixed feelings, Kelly stands firmly behind Sides, potentially due to her relationship with key players. During the press conference, Kelly discussed changes within the management, specifically mentioning Elle Dunn's transition out of the GM role. She and Amber Cox will now focus on player relations, contract negotiations and free agency, indicating a hands-on approach to reconstructing the team. Kelly's basketball IQ is reportedly exceptional, and her experience in the NBA as one of the few women to make a significant impact is expected to benefit the Fever. When considering the dynamics of the team, it's hard to ignore Caitlyn Clark's influence. Much like how teams consult superstars like LeBron James, I believe the Fever management involves Clark in significant decisions. If I were president, I'd want her opinion on keeping Sides for another season, and I suspect she would support giving Sides another chance to prove her worth with the team. However, not all opinions are positive. Sheryl Swoopes, a WNBA icon, recently made waves by claiming there was a toxic atmosphere within the Fever locker room, suggesting that several players did not want to play alongside Clark. This assertion was quickly debunked by the players themselves, but it did spark controversy. Kelly addressed these claims during her press conference, indirectly calling out Swoopes for spreading misinformation without first-hand knowledge. This highlights a broader issue in the WNBA, where veteran players often comment on situations they are not directly involved in. In another part of the press conference, Kelly spoke about the similarities between Caitlyn Clark and Tyrese Haliburton, emphasizing how both players control the tempo of the game. She believes finding the right players to complement Clark's style will be crucial for the team's success moving forward. Shifting gears, the WNBA finals are approaching, and the playoff ratings have been released. Interestingly, no game has hit 1 million views since Caitlyn Clark's departure. The ratings for the games between the Liberty and Aces hovered around 900,000, which, while decent, falls short of the massive viewership numbers Clark attracted, such as the 2.5 million views for her first matchup with the Fever. It's curious that some in the WNBA community claim these ratings are strong without Clark, when the reality is that no game has surpassed 1 million views since her absence. While the ratings for the Liberty and Aces series are better than last year's average, it's essential to acknowledge that Clark's presence significantly boosted viewership. The narrative suggesting that the league is thriving without her doesn't hold up when you consider these numbers. In conclusion, while I support the growth of women's sports and am thrilled to see increased viewership, the data presents a compelling argument that the WNBA's ratings would indeed be higher if Caitlyn Clark were still in the playoffs.